Hello, my name is Kaylin Borkoski, and the painting I chose was Birth of Venus by Sandro Botticelli. The Birth of Venus by Sandro Botticelli shows Venus, who was recently born from the ocean. Venus is pictured nude, standing on a large scalloped shell. Near her are three figures from classical mythology. The identities of these figures aren't declared, but are believed to be Zephyrus, the god of wind, Chloris, Zephyrus's wife, and Pomona, the goddess of spring. Together, Zephyrus and Chloris push Venus ashore with their breath. Waiting on the shore is Pomona, ready to cover Venus in a cloak. Botticelli's The Birth of Venus shows exquisite use of color, lines, and motion. Botticelli uses implied lines in the ocean that Venus emerges from. The waves in her hair create a sense of motion. The seashell faces towards the shore to show the direction it's moving. And Pomona's long hair and cloak exemplify a sense of movement from Zephyrus's breath, making wind. Botticelli uses actual lines that form specific shapes to tell a story about the goddess Venus. Actual lines create the shape of nature, angels, and Pomona that surround Venus. Zephyrus's cheek and breath lines bring attention to the effort that he's putting forth to move Venus. The background is flat, which brings attention to the foreground. Botticelli paints a curved white line to express the mysteriousness of the ocean waves. The use of dark lines contours Venus's shape and is similar to a classic sculpture. Botticelli chose colors that create a fantasy and peaceful sensation. The general tone of the painting is polychromatic. The background is made of cold colors that dominate, while the foreground has warm colors, giving a perceived harmonious and balanced contrast. However, the painting has many hues of green. For example, the blue-green ocean. The hues of green are used to contrast Venus. Zephyrus's cloth is also similar to the blue in the sky behind him, making the figures blend. The only inconsistent colors include Pomona's cloak, Venus's hair, and lighter skin tones. The colors help identify Venus as the focal point by a light beam from the right. The lower right corner is dark, while the light from the upper corner illuminates near the treetops. The wing of the angel is dark and creates a space that is light only surrounding Venus. Venus has a blemish-free face and has shading on her face to determine a lighter side and a more shaded side. Venus has a pink hue that emphasizes her youthfulness. And Zephyrus's dark wings and the dark trees create an arch around Venus. Botticelli is highlighting Venus as the focal point. Botticelli includes hints of gold throughout the painting. First are Venus's golden locks. Second are the orange trees in the middle ground are fringed with gold. And finally, each rose has a tiny gold heart. The textures of this painting are well defined. The use of implied texture can be seen on the hair and skin of Zephyrus, Venus, and Pomona. Other implied textures include the water flowing, wind blowing, trees, flowers, and the feathers. When considering the composition of the work, Venus is placed slightly to the right of the center and secluded near the background so that she isn't overlapped. Venus has a slight head tilt and it has an awkward stance. The form has its roots in classical sculpture. This is mainly seen on Venus's body and the flowing garments of other figures. Venus's head is facing to the left in contrast with the movement of the rest of the painting. The waves of the sea and plants in the background give the painting a sense of limited depth. Finally, The Birth of Venus, painted by Sandro Botticelli, is a unique mythological painting from the Renaissance in Florence. The focal point of Botticelli's The Birth of Venus is Venus herself. The Birth of Venus illustrates the effective use of lines, colors, and motion.